G'day friends, and welcome back to Dante's Domain. We're here today to take a look at a complete binder of the OG set from the Dragon Ball Super card game, set number 1, Galactic Battle. So in the past I've done a couple of old videos taking a look at some of my binders, but I thought I'd go back and kind of do some more updated videos, taking a look at some of these older sets, and just discussing some of the history and cards that are included in them. So this was the first ever release that we got. So we're just going to take a look from start to finish. I've got all the special rare cards at the back of the binder. So we're going to kind of just go from card number 1 to card number whatever's at the end and taking a look at the different colors. So the color red in this set includes lots of the Universe 6 characters. So you've got Champa, Leader Card, and Vados and Hit. And then we get into what is going to be, chronologically, the first ever super rare card is this Destructive Terror Champa. Now you can see here, compared to lots of your modern super rare cards, it looks pretty boring. So we're not going to rag too hard on Galactic Battle, but you've got to also see, kind of looking at these cards, that this is where they got started. This is where it all started, and the card game in terms of quality and design has come a long way since then. Like we'll come across here, Divine Aid Vados, and we've got this lightning fast Hit. This is literally the most boring super rare card you're ever going to see. Pretty much every common and uncommon in recent sets has better artwork than that and would do a better job as a super rare card. But once again, this has the historical significance as well. You have to start somewhere, and when they were making these cards, you can see kind of the influence of the layouts and everything, and how they've just built upon the card game since then. So we've got the Frost cards, and then we've got Batamo there, looking like he's had a few too many cheese pizzas in the last couple of weeks. And then we'll come across to the old duo of Batamo and Magessa. So yeah, so we're getting towards the end of these red cards now, and even today, like in the recent sets, you've got a very similar layout that you go through a combination of the commons, uncommons, and your super rare cards. Your leader cards at the kind of front of each colour, and then you've got your active cards through the end, like your counterplays, your different activate mains, activate battles, and so on. Some field cards as well, but we'll come into the blue section next. So we've got, speaking of blue, SS Blue, Vegeta and Goku with Beerus, God of Destruction, in the middle. So this is going to be looking at that Battle of the Gods arc. So you've got your God Break, why am I saying Battle of the Gods? This is looking at your Resurrection F arc. You've got your SS Blue God Break Son Goku, which is actually still a pretty cool super rare card. And looking at these, even though the price for the booster boxes of Galactic Battle have gone up a lot recently, lots of these super rare cards, anything you see in the binder before we get to the SPRs is super affordable. In fact, putting together a binder of Galactic Battle is kind of a fun little challenge, but a very affordable one. It's just, if you want to aim for getting the SPRs, those special rares as well, that's up to you. Now, we've come across here, if you remember looking at that Hit super rare card before, look at the difference between this Beerus, General of Demolition, and that lightning fast Hit super rare. Like, this is, even now, one of the nicest super rare cards you will ever see. So it was kind of just them learning how to put together a consistent, good set filled with amazing artwork through all of the different rarity slots. And that's the other thing as well, just them experimenting with like pull rates, the different rarities. Like, they didn't even have secret rares at this point. Your 4 special rares were the maximum rarity, which is something unique, especially now when you get 2 special rares per box in most of the modern releases. That it was, I believe, 1 in every 2 or 3 boxes you would get a special rare card for Galactic Battle. So we'll just keep going through here and get into the green section. So we've got a bit of a combination. We've got some Broly cards and then some Frieza Saga as well. So your SSG Goku, Broly, and then a full power Son Gohan. Very cool super rare artwork actually of the Awakening Power Son Goku. And then we've got some more commons and uncommons. So we'll flick over, and it's very interesting to see kind of where they've started compared to where they are now, that you've got all of these like different canon sagas and stuff like that, that even though they haven't really covered everything there is yet, from the original Dragon Ball to GT and Super and stuff like that. There's so much Xeno action going on at the moment. They're really loving all of their Dragon Ball Heroes spin-offs and stuff like that. But it's very cool to see kind of just, it was the characters that kind of in the West we're all more familiar with. Like, it's awesome seeing lots of the recent Xenoverse stuff, but like, that stuff isn't even available to most of us in the West. Like, you can't just go and play Dragon Ball Heroes at your local arcade. Like, this is what we have, so very cool to see. So Paragus and good old Bio Broly. You know you've got to put Bio Broly in the first ever set. It's all about that popularity. So full power energy, and then Broly's ring. So the last green card is the Family Kamehameha, and then we get into some more Frieza cards for the yellows. We've got the Ultimate Form Golden Frieza, and then Frieza the Galactic Emperor. So 2 different Friezas for the leader cards. Sign of things to come as well. They just love spamming their Friezas in the Dragon Ball Super card game. And a very cool Ginyu leader card as well, which was awesome. And that's one of the other things about like these earlier sets. Like, collecting the leader cards, like, it's still exciting, something a bit different, but like, given the less amount of like special rares and no secret rares and stuff like that, having the leader cards was just like a very nice collectible option as well. So Golden Frieza and Full Power Frieza, all of the Frieza action. Very much a fan of this First Form Frieza, Avenging Frieza 2. And they had that very awesome First Form Frieza special rare in Rise of the Unison Warrior 2. We've got Sorbet, which is making me a little bit hungry actually. Shishami, and we've got very nice Elite Force Captain Ginyu. Now, part of my favourite part of this binder actually is how we've gone from the Captain Ginyu, we've got Raccoon, whose name rhymes with Doom, and you've got a very beautiful section of having the Ginyu Force all together in chronological order, and it's something that Galactic Battle did very well, that I found like how the numbers work through and how they end up laid out in the binder actually works really well. It would actually be a little bit better if Guldo ended up on this page and it's like the Ginyu Force and then Guldo's just off to the side. But you've got Dodoria, Zarbon and Apul, which is cool. So you've got all the vanilla cards of Frieza's henchmen there. We'll keep on going through. We've got the Raccoon Eraser Gun. Also amazing that the Raccoon Eraser Gun is like one of the first things. They're like, yep, this is priority. We need to put this into the card game ASAP. And now we come to the main event, the part that you guys have all been waiting for. The SPRs, so Frieza's Call and Crushable, which is actually a massive staple early on in the Dragon Ball Super card game. But we are looking at the special rare cards now, and these were not overly difficult to acquire for kind of quite some time in the release of the Dragon Ball Super card game, but these 4 cards have drastically increased in price recently, so we're just going to take a look in order. Let's start with the Lightning Fast Hit, and if you compare this special rare to that super rare we looked at before, the special rare is so much nicer. And for you guys kind of new to the Dragon Ball Super card game, not as familiar with how lots of these rarities work, the special rares are a rarer alternative artwork of a certain super rare card in the set. So that has lots of benefits as well. So if you've got like a popular super rare card that is like the players want it because it's very useful in decks and stuff, and you've got a special rare variant as well, it makes that super rare card more affordable for the player while also giving the collectors like a nicer, prettier artwork to kind of chase down. This Lightning Fast Hit being like a great example of it. So very cool to see Hit get some love there. And yeah, definitely not like the spiciest or cleanest special rare that you're gonna ever see, but it's got like a lot of raw charisma to it, which is something that I very much like about that Lightning Fast Hit. Now we come down into the most expensive SPR and the most expensive card in this set, which is the Godbreak Son Goku, which it was actually secondary or down at 3rd place for quite a while behind this Broly, but given that it's Goku and given the influx of collectors into the card game recently, the kind of saying will go, Goku always rises to the top, so Godbreak Son Goku there. Definitely a little bit more on the simplistic side. like he's just charging up some energy blast. He's just holding a pretty cool pose. Interesting, like, there's no black or like real hard border on him, it's just that gold. So not something that you'll kind of see in a modern special rare design, I think. But I still really do like that, especially like lots of these cards have nice elements to them, but it's more the significance. It's like we're looking at some of the OG cards, some of the OG chase cards in the Dragon Ball Super card game. Now we'll come across to the Broly Rampaging Horror and Golden Frieza Resurrected Terror. And personally, from like an art perspective, these are like my two more preferred special rares in the set. I think this Broly's really cool. You've got the massive charged fists there, just throwing some punches, just looking like a little bit of a badass. And then the Golden Frieza is a very nice like blend of colours. And as much as they loved their Frieza spam, it was very cool to see like the Frieza SPR there. And I think that's something they do well, actually. When you look at these first 4 special rare cards, I feel like they chose like a good kind of range of characters. Like, obviously you've still got your Vegetas and Gohans and Piccolos and stuff that can come up, but like, have you Goku, have you Frieza, and then having Hit and Broly were kind of 2 choices for some major characters, but some kind of lesser major characters, if that makes sense. So that is a little bit of a look through Galactic Battle once again. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Let me know your thoughts in the comment sections below. What are your thoughts on Galactic Battle? Have you got the set? Are there some cards you like? There's some cards you don't like? Let me know, let's have a bit of a discussion. But other than that, thank you for watching, and I hope to catch you here next time at Dante's Domain. Farewell.